Ashley.
I'm Lauren, and this is
Whispers in the Basement. That was a short-lived one, but it's because it was full of energy.
It was like short, sweet, straight punch.
It's been a while.
Like, what's up? I'm back, bitches.
Oh, we're back.
That was really good.
Yeah. Can you name that movie? Actually, I think it was They're Back. It is They're Back. Can you name that movie?
No.
What?
What is it?
Poltergeist.
Oh, I also feel like that's just a common thing to say. I don't know
It
if
is,
I would have
but
ever
it's
thought
from
that that's from a movie.
Yeah, it's a scary movie.
Well,
Hell's bells. So yeah, it's been a while. I think it's been 2
been
weeks.
a while.
So, okay, this is the mood that I am also in. Like every time somebody says something, I say, it reminds me of a song called blah, 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 blah. Like somebody,
Yes.
Oh, I got a picture earlier. It was a cat and its eyes were wide open. And I said, makes me think of that song by Creed. Except instead of arms wide open, it's with eyes wide open, eyes instead of arms. Yeah. It makes me think of like High School Musical. Like everything that somebody says or something happens, I'm like, makes me think of a song.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I love being in those moods, though, especially whenever you have somebody else that's in those moods.
Yeah, it's kind of fun when you're by yourself, too.
Also, sorry, though, if this is annoying to anybody, if people hate whenever people start singing songs whenever they say words.
I think it's hilarious.
I think it is, too.
Get with it. Get with it, guys. So, Lauren is sick.
Yep.
Lorraine is sick. I am not as sick as Lorraine, but still sick.
Yeah.
Been sick.
For facts, it's been like, it'll be almost 2 weeks for me.
Not that long for me.
I guess it would be 2 weeks exactly because we were at like lunch with your kids, and that's where I got it from on Friday before we did the mirth.
Yes, that was.
So it's like 2 weeks.
It was. We had chips and salsa. And yep. Whoopsies.
It happens.
Yeah, my kids were sick. It actually started with Memphis. Went to Gage. Passed me and Aaron, went to you,
and then
made full circle back to me.
Yeah.
Aaron hasn't gotten it yet, and praise Jesus, I hope
Hopefully
he doesn't.
God,
we all know about them man flus. Yeah. Oh.
So yeah, whenever you hear me having a coughing fit because I'm laughing,
she said, "What do I do if I have to cough?" I said, "Turn and cough." You know, like
I'm really trying to stifle it.
Like the doctors tell the guys, turn and cough.
Yeah, just turn and cough.
That's what you're going to do.
I mean, I think they do that also in jail. I mean, they do that because I worked at a jail, so I do know. Like squat and cough.
Well, why? Is this
something up an orifice? And
to remove it?
It's like if you squat and cough, it like
pushes it out?
Yeah.
Okay. Did not ever think of that at all.
Yeah.
Kind of like the conversation we were having prior to you getting here. About yeast.
Yeah.
Never
would have going to recap that.
Never would have thought of that.
Who came up with that?
I don't know. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a joke.
Like somebody asked you this? I thought that somebody did this?
Somebody did this. It was sent to me in a reel, okay?
Oh.
And somebody actually did this and then was like, yeah, we got thrash. And I just thought like this whole reel was
thrush.
Thrush, yes.
Yeah.
Thrush. I thought this whole reel was a joke. And she kept calling it a name. And I kept thinking like, oh, maybe that's just the name of her starter, that's weird, but.
That's so gross.
I'm sorry. I'm trying not to. But yeah. Yeah, that was a real, she was being serious.
Oh my
That's
God.
why I kept saying like, why? What in your mind was like, I'm going to do
this?
I'm going
to use my body's natural yeast.
It just doesn't make any
make
sense.
bread.
No sense to me.
No, it's disgusting.
What's wrong with the world today?
We have too much time to think.
That makes me think of Meredith Brooks. I hate the world today. Okay, so.
Have you heard the new Jelly Roll song with Falling in Reverse?
I don't listen to Jelly Roll. No, but I did hear.
We're sorry.
What was that? Because I don't listen to
I don't listen to Jelly Roll, and I was like, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to tell you
it's
about...
It's like the alternative, because it's like, kind of country, kind of rock.
I guess. There was one that I saw the other day, it was, I would have to go back and look at the band, but it was a rock song with Tech Nine.
Oh, yeah, that's Falling in Reverse and Tech Nine.
Okay, so I don't like the Falling in Reverse portion of it. It's too screamo for me.
Yeah.
Tech Nine's version, though, man got down on it.
Yes, he did really good.
And
even
the video,
like his screaming.
The video is good.
Yes.
Because of the graphics. It's really crazy good.
Yeah.
But yeah, his rap
was
part,
very good.
I was just like, what?
Yeah, the lead singer of Falling in Reverse, he's like in his he's in his like social media era. Like, he's also a very like controversial person because, you know, he has a past, he's sober now. But, like, people on social media love bringing up his past, so he's constantly addressing things. And he will go after his haters, no problem. But, like, he also listens to, like, what people want from him.
I guess I don't know anything about them. That was, like, past my generation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, he just had a lot of beef because he was wild. You know, most of the boy bands, like, the boy, like, screamo bands were just drinking and causing mayhem, and so he had a lot of beef with a lot of other people in the industry, and then just did shitty rock and roll things. And
it's rock and roll.
Yes. But, you know, now that everybody has a voice on social media.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I could be an artist because Ko Wetzel, he does country, but, like, he's not, like, country. He's like
pop country.
No, it's like rock country.
Oh, he's rock country. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess like what they call like now outlaw country, because it's like a lot of like drugs and rock and roll, but also he lives a country lifestyle. But
yeah, that was called the country mafia back in the day, I think, with Gretchen Wilson.
Yes.
And Kid Rock.
Yes. So he came out with this song, and because all of the artists now, they like tease their song on TikTok for like months and months. And if you really like the song, you just have to learn to scroll past because you don't want to get burnt out before the whole song's actually released.
Yes.
So he had been teasing a part of this song, and then he just announced, I think this week, that he is releasing a version of the song with this girl named Jessie Murph, who she's like super twangy. I don't love her country voice, but like, that's fine, people. I'm sure she has fans. Mm-hmm. But they collabed together on this song, and people were livid. They were, and I mean, if you go to his comments, all of the comments are saying, you just need to release only a solo version. And I'm like, can you imagine being the person that collabs with this like bigger named artist, and you're so excited to like do that, and then you go on social media and everybody's telling you that you shouldn't be a part of this song.
And it's not even released yet.
It just released today, but
is it that bad?
No, I don't love her voice, but like I still like the song. It's a catchy song.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Did you know that Eminem dropped a new song?
I did hear that. I haven't listened to it though.
It's actually really good.
Is it?
Yeah, but I was
Were you
like
a big Eminem fan?
Yeah, because it came out when I was in like middle school.
Right.
So
yeah, I could see that.
It's really good, though. I actually, when I saw it on Instagram, I was like, oh, somebody redid it. Mm-hmm. Because the words are different, but it's got the same backtrack. Yeah. But the person in the video looked totally different. Uh-huh. And then it dawned on me. I was like, okay, Eminem, like, I never thought he was like a super attractive guy.
Right.
Man aged like a fine wine.
Yeah, he looks so good.
Extremely good right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, that I would have never, teenage me would have never thought that that's how
because
Eminem was going to look.
Even whenever he first came out, wasn't he blonde?
But it was not his natural hair color.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now
this
it's
is his
like
natural,
dark, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's got the 5 o'clock shadow.
Yes, I saw the wedding pictures of his daughter.
She's
she just
beautiful.
got married. Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah.
Just saying.
I know.
Yeah.
Some people are blessed like that, though, where you just...
God's favorites.
But I feel like you've aged, like, well. Like, I feel like every year you just get prettier and prettier. I also feel the same about me, so, like...
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, you have the people that peak in high school, and then you look at them now, and you're like, God, I used to think you were a stud muffin back then. That's what... we were going through my mom's senior yearbook, and... she was like, she wrote things next to people's names, And one guy, she
God.
was just like, I think she wrote like hottie or something.
Dreamy McDreamerson.
Yeah. And so then as she was telling me, she was like, oh yeah, this guy, he used to be such a looker. And she was like, but now, no, he is not. And I was like, that's just so funny that every person has people in their class
For
that,
sure.
you know.
Yeah, peak in high school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Dang. Well, it's been a while.
Damn
it. We already did that one.
We did.
Do you have anything that you need to update on?
Nope.
You're trying to hold in another cough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Turn and cough.
It's okay. I'm good now.
I also don't have anything, I don't think.
Yeah, I feel like I just yapped enough, so.
Yippity yap yap. Okay, so you have no idea what I'm doing today, right?
Sure do not.
Cool, because it's gonna be a good one.
I'm so stoked.
So today we're gonna have a chit chat about makeup.
Oh my. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
What?
Oh.
Why are you looking at me like this?
Okay, because last night. Is this about an influencer?
No.
Oh, okay. So before I did want to tell you this.
Okay.
Sorry, this probably doesn't pertain to anybody that they care about. But okay, so Jaclyn Hill, you know.
Oh yeah.
Ashley and I have been like, we're back and like watching the makeup influencers. I don't do my makeup, but I love watching like the YouTube long form makeup.
Yes.
So
the
last
beauty
night,
industry is making its go around again.
Yes.
I feel like.
And so I ended up watching like a 1-hour documentary on like the rise and fall of Jaclyn Hill.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that her current boyfriend was friends with her ex-husband?
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it was a huge, I think they were both in music together.
Mm-hmm.
It was a huge controversy when her and John first split.
Yeah, I only watched part 1 because it was like an hour and a half, and I'll watch the other part. But like, because
people were saying she actually cheated on John with this guy. I don't know if that's ever true. She's never said it's true.
Right.
But John and her, like, man, when she first started.
Oh my gosh, she was so cute.
That's where my red hair
yes.
vibe came from. I saw that hair color and was like, gosh, I kind of want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And but she was so just her body build was so different. She was so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
She's still tiny.
Yeah.
But she's definitely more like softer looking now, I guess is what I would say. And man, yeah, she's the one that like taught me how to do a lot of my makeup.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's crazy that how she started out so relatable and then she just got so big so fast, and which granted, I think this happens to almost any influencer that really makes it big. They start out so relatable and you're like, oh my gosh, I love you. And then it gets to the point where you're like, oh, now you're a celebrity and I don't care to follow you anymore.
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy around her too with ColourPop.
Yes, so ColourPop, that was brought up. Morphe was brought up.
Morphe was another one.
Makeup Geek.
Yeah, because
she had that failed collab with Makeup Geek, and they like lost like millions of dollars.
Yeah, she did a lot of collabs with Morphe. Morphe used to be huge, and it's died down a lot now.
Yeah.
ColourPop, that one kind of went sour, and then the lipsticks.
Yeah,
which I
haven't got to the lipsticks yet.
Yeah, that was no good.
No.
That was no good. And then it was really sad when her and John split. I followed the girl that John started dating after him and her split. I actually looked her up on Instagram the other day because she's from Arkansas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Her name is Ashlyn.
Oh.
Ashlyn. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure she's pretty.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
But they dated. She became like an Instagram influencer, and then they split. So there was a lot of controversy around that too. So
well, and now he passed away.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a really bad drug problem.
Yep.
So
no, I just thought it was crazy, and then I meant to tell you that I watched it because I was just like, I think we had all watched like her like rise and fall, but it's interesting to see a whole timeline of just like
everything.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, today I'm not going to be talking about that, but it is about makeup.
I'm excited.
So I don't remember what kind of drove me down this path, but I was just like, you know what? I wonder why. Why makeup? When, why, where did it, come from? And I got to like researching it. And then as I got deeper into the rabbit hole, I was like, what in the frack? What in the fuck?
What in the freak?
What were we thinking?
Right.
So, the older I get, the less time I want to spend doing my makeup.
Is this why you're not wearing makeup today?
So working from home, I don't normally wear makeup. It's very strange because sometimes I will get in these moods where I'm like, like a little girl, like I feel like doing my makeup.
Right.
And so I'll put a full face on and I feel almost like a clown.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is because during COVID, I just didn't wear that much makeup because we were on lockdown. And so now like seeing my face with that much makeup on, I'm like, that's a lot. But I used to do that every single day for work. I would come in with a full face of makeup.
Yeah, you could. Well, because you were always very experimental with your like eyeshadows and even your lipsticks. But I understand exactly how you feel because I feel like anytime, well, for Courtney's wedding and then even Kaylee's wedding, my makeup was done by other people. And I was like,
whoa.
I look so ugly. And Seth was like, you look like a clown.
Yeah.
Because I just don't wear makeup like that.
I will wear eyeshadows still, but they're more like browns or like a light pink or like a shimmer. And I love eyeliner. But I have not worn like foundation in a long time. In fact, I don't wear foundation unless it's like winter.
Yeah.
I wear tinted moisturizer, maybe a little bit of blush, and then normally mascara. I haven't touched bronzer in I don't know how long.
Bronzer is usually my go-to, but if I wear anything on my skin, it's a tinted sunscreen.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. But I do remember like being in junior high and high school and makeup being like all the rage because that was when, Christina Aguilera came out. We were going through, we had the Delia's catalogs. It was definitely like silvers and blues, and I'm not talking 80s blues, but like silvers and blues. And then as I got through high school, it kind of went to the more smoky eye, like the black. And
what was that palette? Urban Decay,
yeah.
Yeah, the Urban Decay palette was huge.
You could do the whole smoky eye with the Urban Decay. But yeah.
Were you into the whole dead lip look?
No, the butthole lip with the concealer.
That was my high school experience. It went butthole lip to red lips.
Nope, I did not wear I don't think I wore like lipstick until I was a little older. And so even sometimes now I still feel really weird wearing lipstick.
Right.
But yeah, so if you spent any amount of time in schools today, though, you would see girls' makeup techniques that only the best makeup artists had when I was growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these girls, they're like 11, 13, and they look like they're 21. It's insane. Beauty itself has always been a hot topic, especially amongst the younger female population. And as girls now, and even myself then, are caking their face in foundations and concealers, it's a bit interesting to take a look at where some of this modern day must-have for many came from. So the application of makeup can be traced back to the time of the ancient Egyptians. Many of us are familiar with the look of the heavy black eyeliner around the eyes, eyeshadows in the colors of blues and greens, and the shimmer lips that they often sported. But why? And how in the world did they create this concoction so long ago? So initially, makeup was applied during the Egyptian times as a source of protection from the gods Ra and Horus. It's worth noting that at the time, it wasn't just for women. Men also wore makeup, but the black kohl eyeliner that was applied and said to help protect them from the evil eye of various diseases and damage from the sun. The green shadows were said to represent Horus and Ra. They were made from a mineral form of lead sulfide, which was applied to the eyes with the use of a bronze coal stick.
Oh my gosh.
I know you don't have a kid, but kids are tested for lead these days.
Absolutely.
Lead is not good.
No.
I also read, so lead's not good, but I also read this like really super scientific-y thing that said recent studies actually show that Egyptians also wore makeup because it helped protect against eye infections. So bacterial eye infections such as conjunctivitis were a common problem around the Nile because it's a tropical marsh.
Yeah.
The makeup at the time contained high levels of lead, which nowadays can be very toxic to humans, but the combination of the salt in the area coming in contact with the skin and the lead levels of the makeup, it actually acted as a protectant against illness. So Egyptians also created the first shimmer lipstick, which was made from a pearlescent substance from fish scales.
Ew.
Yeah. But that's still something.
I guess
that's still something we use today.
Yeah.
That's how some of the shimmer,
I can see that.
The shimmer lippies are made, is with the fish scales.
I wonder if people that are allergic to fish have reactions.
Ooh,
I don't know.
Probably worth noting.
Yeah.
I do know that I remember, which this isn't in here, but back in the day, I was told that mascara was made of bat guano.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kind of gross, but
is it true?
I think it did contain.
Oh, okay.
I don't know as it does anymore, but I think it did contain a partial amount of bat guano.
Yeah, because isn't there some other beauty product that that was supposed to be like beaver?
Oh, like not an excrement, but something that comes from a beaver.
Wasn't it like vanilla?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know, actually.
I don't know.
I'm speaking wrong. Just ignore me.
Yeah. But so, the Japanese then and even now, which I don't know if I've watched a lot of beauty documentaries. The Japanese, that portion of the world in particular, they're very into light skin.
Yes.
And the depths of which
even now
that they go to get that light skin, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But the case of a lot of that kind of stems to the case of the classes of the geishas.
Mm-hmm.
They were known to use rice powder and lipstick made of crushed safflower petals. Another beauty method in this part of the world that you don't see in others occurred during this is creepy. Occurred during the ceremonies in which a geisha was given her independence. So it's kind of like a graduation.
Mm-hmm.
They would use black paint to coat their teeth.
Ew.
As a symbol of their graduation. Imagine that smile.
I am immediately thinking of
charcoal toothpaste.
Yes.
And it's so creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. The pale skin trend, though, is something that we see throughout many centuries amongst not only women, but men. In the 16th century, women were known to actually bleed themselves in an attempt to look pale, as pale as possible.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Ground eggshells with perfumed water was used to make face powder. And also, this is at the during the Elizabethan era, they would tweeze their eyebrows completely off because you don't want a 4-head girl. You want a 16 head.
That is unreal.
Yeah.
I think that no eyebrows freak me out.
Yeah, we're going to go down that path a little bit too because, I've been there, done that one. If you grew up in the 90s, you did it.
Right.
But yeah, so this was talking about the Elizabethan time. They liked that pale skin,
mm-hmm.
no eyebrows. They wanted a big, tall face. Elizabeth I, she actually used a product that was Venetian. I think it's called ceruse. It's a white lead-based paint.
Oh.
And she would paint her face.
Uh-huh.
And this was said to have thought to be the possible cause of her death.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, crazy.
All for beauty.
All for beauty. Their lips often were reddened by just sucking on lemons. And, fun fact,
mm-hmm.
if any of you use TP to blot your face or your legs when you've got a shaving dick,
uh-huh.
Men also used to do that, but with little patches of silk. And it became such a thing that they would actually shape their little patches of silk into things like stars, animals.
Oh, kind of like our now new
pimple patches? Yes.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that it's said that you could tell a man's political affiliation back in the day depending on which side of his face he chose to wear a silk patch on. You could,
all right,
you could take that to the bank presidential candidates of 2024.
Right.
So if you see Biden up there or Trump up there with like a choo-choo train on the right side of his face,
yep,
we know what his affiliation is. Just kidding.
That was funny.
What? The pimple patch?
Yeah, it was funny. I just can't
sure.
laugh. Sorry. I'm trying not to talk.
Oh my gosh. So initially during this time, makeup, or should I say bold makeup, was considered dirty and vulgar throughout most societies. It was something that you would see sex workers wearing during the Middle Ages. However, in Italy, many women wore bold red lipstick to signify their heightened or royal status. So you go off, you Italians.
Yeah,
with
literally.
That red lip.
With that bold statement.
Get it, girl. Looking back through history, makeup application of the ancient times was used primarily during ceremonies or for religious purposes, and mainly among the high society. Throughout history, and mainly up to the early 1900s, the application of makeup was intended to soften or enhance your natural beauty. Features so much so that Queen Victoria actually declared the use of makeup as vulgar.
Wow.
It was a no-go.
Like nobody could wear it?
Yeah. And because she did that, a lot of men and women were applying it in secret, including our first, well, I guess it's not the first because the coal lead was kind of crazy. This one's also super crazy. Belladonna drops in your eyes because it dilates your pupils and everybody wants a large eye.
Oh my gosh.
Have you ever seen somebody with dilated pupils?
Yeah, they're creepy.
Fucking creepy.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I can't look at you right now. It's scaring me.
No.
I don't like it.
Oh my gosh.
But people, yeah, and belladonna it's poisonous. So you can imagine a lot of people probably died from it. So.
Yeah. Also, I feel like constantly dilating your eyes
is not, how do you see?
Well, and
everything's so
can't
bright.
Be good for you.
No.
Mm-mm.
Something vastly different from today's trend, though, was that of the porcelain doll skin. Many women wanted that pale look with pouty red lips and something that made their eyes stand out. So in the early 1900s, women would actually use burnt matchsticks to darken their eyelashes and poppy petals to stain their lips. To achieve this porcelain effect, some women would paint their face with a product that was sold specifically for this look. It was a product that was really found amongst the wealthy, and it's no surprise that many that used the face painting technique suffered young deaths, as young as 29.
Oh my gosh.
Because the main ingredient was arsenic.
Great, love that.
We also see a peak in eyelash extensions during this time. So I'm going to read you a clip from a newspaper article, and I'll just let your mind marinate on this for a second, okay? This came out of a newspaper. An ordinary fine needle is threaded with a long hair, generally taken from the head of the person to be operated on. The lower border of the eyelid is then thoroughly cleaned, and in order that the process may be as painless as possible, rubbed with a solution of cocaine. The operator, then by a few skillful touches, runs his needle through the extreme edges of the eyelid between the epidermis and the lower border of the cartilage of the tragus. The needle passes in and out along the edge of the lid, leaving its hair thread in loops of carefully graduated length.
Oh my God.
Who needs glue? Needle and thread that shit in there. Isn't that crazy?
I guess at least you don't have to go get a fill.
No, but that shit
is crazy.
And you're putting cocaine in my eye.
That is, no. Mm-mm.
I'll take the belladonna.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But, even with our modern day lash extensions, I feel like some people that apply them, they can get chemical burns. I feel like there was a story of a girl that had the glue on her eye, and she had to go get it removed. And
yes,
yeah.
So as we're going through some of this stuff is are you kidding me?
Right.
But when you think about it and you apply it to some of today's things, it's really like, maybe we didn't. I mean, we've learned a little bit, but did we learn that much?
Well, and really, I was reading on Reddit about how people are now like kind of like eyelash blind because eyelashes are like, especially the extensions. I really can't tell you one person that I'm like, oh, those really make you look better than what you do naturally.
I love looking at girls with there's like the natural eyelash extensions.
Right.
Like, but I've done it. And I'm telling you, you do it too often.
Yeah,
and it does ruin your eyelashes.
Yeah.
They do not grow back as thick or full.
Mm-hmm. But
You're
I think the equivalent of the eyelash extensions are the equivalent of the eyebrow phase that we had, where like people's eyebrows were like big, bold,
laminated. Yeah, for sure.
You know,
for sure.
It keeps going from like one part of your face to another, where it's like this extreme.
So maybe the next one is a mustache for women.
People are normalizing facial hair on TikTok.
Well,
for women.
Okay.
I'm not that bold, but
thanks for telling me.
You're welcome.
It was in the early 1900s when makeup propaganda took a turn in society. So it was no longer seen as something vulgar, and instead, which just kind of makes me a little angry, but it's okay. It was advertised as a way to keep your husband from having an affair with a younger woman.
I can't say that actually has stopped any single
And women who wore makeup get better jobs. Total sense.
I mean, I think there is pretty privilege.
Oh, for sure.
I think
I do think that, like, I don't want to say
makeup makes it advertised like that.
I don't want to say that makes a difference, though.
Yeah.
Because you wore a full face of makeup, you're prettier. Because there are some people that just have natural beauty. Yeah. I don't know. But
that's fucked up.
It is. Yeah. So we've been prepped since the early 1900s.
We really have.
So this is where the stage is getting set for how many of us view makeup today, or even maybe how we did view it. Because I feel like things have kind of changed now a little bit, and we'll get there. But in the 1910s, makeup took a more dramatic effect, and we have the creation of brands such as Maybelline and Max Factor. And they were the first ones to produce mascara and eyeshadow. The trend at the time was known as the glam vamp. Okay. So that it had the dark eyes, dark lips, but still had the porcelain-colored skin. Mm-hmm. And it was still a hot topic for debate amongst many because there were some legislations, one in Kansas actually, that tried to make it a misdemeanor for any woman under the age of 44 to wear it because it created a false impression by using cosmetics or makeup.
You know,
so I have in parentheses
these fucking
here.
Politicians
but
have had too much time on their hands.
I have it in here. Should we think about bringing this back? Because catfish.
I mean, I feel like if we're going to ban anything, we need to ban Snapchat filters.
Filters. And
yeah.
I mean, look at some of these.
And even editing in general.
Yes. Look at some
AI
of these
filters.
like TikTok. There's some girls on TikTok and Instagram Reels that you're like, oh, okay, she's not that great. Mm-hmm. And then after she applies all of the makeup and all of the wigs are big too.
Yeah.
You're just like, that does not even look like the same person.
Yes.
That's so crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
But yeah. So rolling into the roaring 20s,
Mm-hmm.
However, showed no signs of the beauty industry slowing down or holding any women back from using it. So they were doing it, misdemeanor or not.
Right. Like, please arrest me for wearing makeup. Get out of here.
Yes. During the 1920s, the vamp glam was very much kept. However, we see a slight change in the skin color. The porcelain skin was out, and in came the sun-kissed skin look. Dark eyes, dark lips, and red nail polish. And that sun-kissed skin look was very popular at the time, which was actually made popular by Coco Chanel. And she made it popular because she was a natural olive tone skin. And so women were like, don't want to be a pale ass chick anymore. Yeah. I don't want to look like a vampire. It is during the turn of the century and even kind of up into the 60s that some of the craziest forms of cosmetics were used in the industry. The trends weren't far-fetched, however. Some of the products that were used to be a part in the crowd were pretty sketch-magoo.
I freaking bet.
During the 20s, with the flapper look being all of the rage, Many women were gunning for the blonde locks of none other than Jean Harlow.
Yeah.
Jean embodied her nickname Platinum Blonde, so much so that she had her hair dyed once a week for years.
To never show those roots.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
So how did she get that fresh white blonde look? With peroxide.
I was going to say peroxide.
Ammonia.
Oh.
Clorox.
Yeah.
And Lux Flakes.
Oh my God.
Now, I don't know if you know this or not, but the mixing of Clorox bleach and ammonia creates a high noxious gas that can lead to kidney failure. Many women attempted their own DIY versions to get that Jean Harlow look. So as you can guess, many of these household items skyrocketed in sales.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually, though, the trend was short-lived. Jean's hair fell out, and she went to using wigs, and at the age of 26, died from kidney failure, said to be caused from all of the hair coloring that she had done. Mm-hmm. We also see the introduction of radium into our cosmetics during this time. Radium was used in Thoradia, which at the time was a miracle cream that was first launched in Paris, and it was said to improve circulation, firm muscle tissue, reduce fat, and smooth wrinkles with its elements of thorium and radium, both of which are radioactive elements. The same company that sold Thoradia also sold lipsticks, powders, and toothpaste.
Yeah.
All of which were stated to contain radium and thorium on their packaging. Shockingly, this company managed to stay in business until 1962.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Radior, another company, made a line of cosmetics ranging from night cream, rouge, vanishing cream to hair tonic, skin soap, and assorted pads that could be strapped to the face. Radior chin straps were placed on the face in areas where the skin had become wrinkled. Some of the insanely awesome advertisements of this product said things such as, I got two of them, and here we go. An ever-flowing fountain of youth and beauty has at last been found in the energy rays of radium. When scientists discovered radium, they hardly dreamed they had unearthed a revolutionary beauty secret. They know it now. Radium rays vitalize and energize all living tissue. This energy has been turned into beauty's aid. Each and every Radior toilet requisite contains a definite quantity of actual radium.
What?
That just makes me want to put it on my face.
Yeah.
Second one, Radior chin straps are guaranteed to contain radioactive substance and radium bromide. If placed on the face where the skin has become wrinkled or tired, the radioactive forces immediately take effect on the nerves and tissues. A continuous steady current of energy flows into the skin, and before long, the wrinkles have disappeared. The nerves have become strong and energized, and the tired muscles have become braced up and ready for service.
You know, I would buy it.
You would.
Yeah,
You absolutely
I'd be
would.
like, you sold
And
me.
it took Hiroshima. We had, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on. Many of these products were used up into the 30s and 40s by some women. It's also during this time of the century that we see a shift in men wearing makeup. So cosmetics definitely geared more towards women during this time, and it became socially unacceptable for men to wear makeup. The 30s and 40s, those were a time of distress and change for a lot of the world because you've got World War I and World War II. During World War II, the look on women started to soften from that vamp glam look of the 20s and went more for a fuller lip and included more eyebrows, because in the 20s they were definitely over tweezing the eyebrows. We also see the use of red lipstick and red nail polish becoming popular. Why, might you ask? Well, during World War II, red lipstick became a way for women to show that they too were a part of the fight. Hitler was known to hate red lips, so it's no shocker that the U.S. military commissioned none other than Elizabeth Arden to develop shades of red lipstick for the women serving to wear, and this was the birth of the lip shade Victory Red.
That makes sense. I like that.
And it was a part of, they had to wear it every day. That was a part of their uniform.
Wow.
Was the red lipstick. Swooping into the 50s, we start to see a lot of pastels and my personal fave, the winged eyeliner.
Yes.
Looking through the 50s, 60s, 70s, and really up to the point of today, there's not much as far as dangerous beauty products. We could talk about the dangerous beauty procedures that we've seen through the decades.
Yeah.
I'm sure many of us have heard or seen stories on our social media about someone who's had filler and they've been allergic to it, or too much filler for too long. It can cause damage to your skin.
Yeah, paralysis from Botox.
Yep.
Yeah.
We've had carcinogen scares
Yep.
in our dry shampoos, Lorraine.
Yep.
Or there was some carcinogens, I think, in baby powder.
Oh, yeah.
Talcum powder or something like that. Yeah, it's always been a hot topic of debate, though. The beauty industry and who it's geared towards, women, younger girls.
Yeah, absolutely.
The changes we've seen throughout the decades, no eyebrows. We did that in the 20s, kind of the 30s, definitely the 90s and early 2000s. Then, like you said, we went to the box, fluffy box eyebrows. Then it was the laminated, and then we had the ombre eyebrow in there for a while.
And now we have like the fluffy brows.
Yep, I'm just glad I still have eyebrows.
Yeah.
They're tattooed on, but I'm glad they're there.
Great eyebrows, though.
I'm not changing them ever.
No.
But like I said earlier, I do think that today I feel like a lot of what I see, and maybe it's just my algorithm, is geared more, and I see a lot of the beauty influencers, they do kind of tend to go more towards like the natural look.
Yeah.
I think
that that's what's in right now.
Yeah, the natural looks being more embraced than what it was in the day.
Well, because even with like the 2016 to like, well, basically 2020, I feel like everything changed in 2020, like you said, because everybody just realized, why am I putting all the effort into
100%
stuff like that? Yeah. I will say that our consumerism is up more than it ever has been. You know, I even think about this sometimes whenever you complain about, like, well, not you, but we complain about like how expensive everything is.
Oh yeah,
that still hasn't stopped us from spending hella money on nail polish.
So I'm gonna say that.
I'm just saying.
My husband doesn't know that. I am gonna say this, but for a very short stint of time, I did sell Mary Kay, and because that's another thing that kind of came about in the 50s was that beauty industry was tapped into and is sold door to door. You had Mary Kay, you had Avon, things like that.
What was the one that is over by our by the hair salon that I go to? Merle Norman.
Oh, Merle Norman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was another one.
Yeah.
When I first joined Mary Kay, I remember them. I had to go through like a sales training, and I remember how they would tell you how to like talk to people after you've done a party and try to get sales from them. And one of the statistics that they talked about was even during times where the economy is just at its absolute shit, one of the industries that is rarely impacted is the beauty industry.
Yeah, because people still want to feel their best.
Yep. And so they will still spend money on cosmetics, hair stuff. That was another thing I read, was the things that they used to use to color their hair. Insane. At one point in time, they were using their own pee to to like bleach their hair.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine?
No.
Disgusting people.
That is disgusting.
But I guess when you're desperate measures.
Right.
I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure box hair dye now is
it's
so much cheaper than it was probably, but dang.
We don't know what's in, and maybe that's the difference, is we don't know what's in that stuff either. Right, so we could just be applying the same stuff. We don't even know.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's crazy.
That is crazy.
The radium thing got me the most. I think the radium in the toothpaste got me the most, because they used to use radium to paint watch faces on watches because it glows. And so what they would do, because those girls got paid per face of the watch, and your numbers had to be perfect.
Right.
And so what they would do to get the perfect tip on the paintbrush is they would lick it. They would dip it and lick it to get it pointed, and then they would paint the numbers on. And a lot of those girls that did that for their job, they ended up losing like part of their jaw.
Oh my gosh.
And they had so many they were losing their teeth because it's radioactive.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would you put it in your toothpaste?
I think it's just crazy that, there's been so much trial and error for the things that are allowed. But I still think that we're still
learning
in that era.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. My aunt sent me a picture. I don't know. It's not a meme because it was like information, but it was talking about, this is like not related, but kind of related, how we will see something that, says like, oh, this is 100 calories, but has like 70 ingredients. And we will pick that over something that is like one ingredient, but higher calories.
Yes.
And so like, it's like we've lost.
My mom used to tell me this all the time. And it has to do with how it's marketed. Yeah. Because whenever my mom did Weight Watchers back in the day, when you had the little diary that you had to write in and you had a little calculator with you, everybody, even when we did Weight Watchers, you always wanted sugar-free.
Yep.
Sugar-free everything. Yeah. It's better for you. It's lower calories. It's lower points. It's actually worse for you.
Yeah, it is.
You're better off buying the full fat thing and just eating less of it. Yeah. Because it has less ingredients and it has more wholesome ingredients versus the sugar-free version, which has like a bunch of bad shit in it. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely, the marketing industry has definitely tapped into
absolutely
our brains.
Well, and even what we were talking about, the Boppy and Olipop.
Oh, Olipop.
Not being as healthy for you as they marketed it to be. I mean, I still like it, but.
Yeah, that's why I find it so hard. It's so hard because and who do they have market this to us? Influencers. Yeah. Because social media is so big right now. So it's like, or like, somebody that's famous, like a Taylor Swift or something like that. They will market that to us because we trust them, right? So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. It is all about marketing. It just, sucks that
they've definitely tapped into the brain psychology to figure it out, for sure. Yeah. Yep. It's craptacular. That's why I have such a hard time sometimes buying like I use native deodorant. Is that really good for you? I don't know. Everybody says it is.
Right.
But
I stick with Old Spice Mittens.
I don't know. So
is this stuff a lot that of these like healthier stuff, I mean the price point on them is so expensive that you're like okay, because even that
Salt and Stone.
Well, Salt and Stone, yeah, that was super expensive. And realistically, once you get down to the bottom of it, it kind of like it falls out.
Gage had that happen with Sasquatch.
Oh yeah,
Sasquatch deodorant. Yeah.
It just is annoying because you can't use the full thing. There's that body oil that Osei. It's like, it's so expensive.
It's like $50 a bottle.
And it's not even that big of a bottle.
I mean, am I going to buy it someday? Yes. When I have a manic episode, I will 100% buy it. Yeah. Right now? No. Yeah. I have to have something happen really bad to justify that. But
absolutely.
Yeah. And those are indie brands. Those are like not well-known indie brands. And you would think, I mean, I guess that's why they are more expensive because they have to.
Right. It still sucks though.
It absolutely does.
Because you have to really, but I mean, it's really like even our nail polish because we don't buy the Walmart, like the SE or something. Yeah. And it's on a smaller scale. Yeah. I don't want them to sell out, but
Yeah. I mean, Mooncat's just as much as OPI is. So.
Yeah. Well, and then, I mean, if you think about it, even a lot of these healthy products like Burt's Bees.
Oh, yeah.
They were an independent, healthy organization, and then a big company sold them out. So, like, how do you know that?
It's not the same.
No.
It's not anymore.
And I know even whenever Katy Perry bought Bragg's apple cider vinegar, people are concerned that
it's not the same.
It's going to change.
Yeah. Because that's what happens. They cut cost. Yeah. To have a higher.
Which is so fucked up, honestly.
It is. Do better. Do better, America.
Yeah, you big corporations.
Do better. Okay, that's all I got today. Don't use radium.
What if we just were like That's all. And then we just end episode.
See you later. Bye. Also, one thing I wanted to mention, did you know that one of the scientists that discovered radium actually slept with a little bitty vial of it underneath her pillow every night?
No, why? Why did she do that?
It was like her baby. She
okay.
discovered it.
I didn't know where you were going with that, but I was like, oh, okay.
She died of cancer. Why? Because she slept with radium.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Cray.
That is crazy. Well, it feels good to be back. I'm glad that we got this done. Hopefully by next week, I will not have a cough at all. I'm so sorry for anybody that's had to listen to it.
Yeah, I'm not sorry. Because I've missed this.
I mean, I have too.
And I've missed you.
I've missed you.
I redid this room for
it does look good.
And our audience. Quiet. Yep.
Yep, they're very quiet.
Okay.
All right, that wraps up today's episode. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Patreon.
Don't forget to subscribe. Leave a 5-star review. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube and hit that notification bell so you can get an alert every time a new episode drops. So tap that app. Tap that app.
We'll see you next week, but in the meantime,
stay strange, my friends.